Welcome back to Klonoa. Reason why basically I had a little was why I sound annoyed. My mouse is double clicking. I had that happen twice.
Do you have a Logitech G502?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, Edgy. You went with the not with the G502.
yeah, I do. At least I think it's G502.
Does it have like a sniper button that lowers your DPI when you press it with your thumb?
It has basically just mouse buttons on the side and 2 buttons below the mouse wheel.
2 buttons below the... does it have a switch where if you press it, you can just continuously roll with the scroll wheel?
I think. I don't know.
That sounds like G502.
I ain't got a G502. I got a Corsair mouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty partial to Logitech. If I look at my desk, I see at least 3 Gs. One for the G815 keyboard with the numpad and with the wire, because I care about wires and numpads. I see my G Pro once again with a wire, and I see my G29 with the shifter add-on, which should have been included in the first place. Oh, and I'm looking at my Logitech C922 webcam, and the only reason I'm looking at that is because I haven't purchased an Elgato face cam yet. Not sponsored, by the way.
I mean, who would really like sponsor this shit?
Oh, what about our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends?
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
Look, I'm just being a little joker here.
Uh-huh.
I heard it that time. Anyway, yeah, welcome to Floorlock with water now. Water's
It's just
now
like
running, so hey, now we have grass.
it's just like the last time we've been here.
Just
But
green.
Now,
Just green.
but now with hydration and enabled.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, remember to hydrate or you dihydrate.
Yeah, this is another song I actually really enjoy with this bit.
Yeah.
I still stand by
available on-
4-1 is my favorite.
Is the soundtrack available on digital fronts?
I
Don't
have no
think.
idea.
I don't think so.
I'm checking Spotify.
I'm gonna
I
check
don't
iTunes.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
the most
on
I
Spotify.
think. Oh, nice.
Okay, while you're on Spotify anyway, could you see if the Anarchy Reign soundtrack is available on there?
Anarchy.
I think that should be.
Because I noticed that the Anarchy Reign soundtrack, for whatever reason, isn't
Yep,
available
it is.
anymore.
It is.
Okay, so it's just an Apple problem then.
You can't spell apple without PP.
Also,
God damn
apparently
it!
Klonoa
Platform
isn't-
catching me.
Oh no.
Seems like Klonoa isn't available on Apple Music. But that's obvious, because Klonoa is a video game, so it should be on Apple Arcade instead.
Oh, ugh. Fuck
Boo.
Apple Arcade. Ew.
Shut
I
your
hate
fucking mouth.
fuck Apple Arcade.
Hey,
your
okay,
fucking mouth.
just to get this out of the way, I don't mind Apple Arcade. I mind Apple Arcade pulling an Epic Game Store and nabbing exclusives.
Yeah, that
I'm
should.
just-
Yeah, that should not have exclusives. That stuff should not have exclusives.
I mean, okay, look, if Apple is funding the game, you know, sure, but if they realize that, you know, somebody's working on something that they know a lot of people are going to want and enjoy,
You mean Sonic Dream?
That's
You mean
the-
Sonic Dream Team.
was
Clearly
that Apple funded?
That
Yes.
I thought that was the team didn't want to do anything but Apple Arcade.
Right.
No,
it's still stupid.
Yeah, it is.
No, they got exclusive. Sega got exclusive rights from Apple to put Dream Team on Apple Arcade and nothing else. That being said,
nothing about it being a timed exclusive.
No,
Right.
not to my knowledge anyway. On that though, I don't think exclusives are killing the gaming industry whatsoever.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean.
However, exclusives on like digital storefronts on PC should not be a thing.
Well,
it should be on it should be on like every PC storefront there is, instead of just one.
Okay, to be fair, I don't mind downloading an extra piece of software to play like other games. In fact, I was probably one of the only people who didn't complain about like Origin for EA stuff, but that had something to do with me starting out on PC with Origin, because I used to be really big into The Sims, and when The Sims 4 came out, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can play this game without ever needing the disc, because I was old-fashioned like that. I never installed The Sims 4 on a disc, and back in 2019 when I tried to play like the 1.0 version of The Sims 4, I was like, okay, I'm gonna install the version that I've got physically, and it was quite disappointment when the installation effectively told me like, okay, and now we go to Origin. But that is a disappointment I can relive, because I now have a disk drive in my computer.
Have fun getting most of your like PC library on disc, cause that shit ain't happening. And
Yeah.
It ain't my PC library I'm getting on there. It's my PS3 library.
oh yeah, right. And
There is apparently a really great tool for dumping PS3 games, which I don't even need a modded PS3 for. So far I've ripped the Sly trilogy, and from what I played, I quite enjoy playing the first Sly game on RPCS3.
I would usually just get like an external like Blu-ray or DVD drive and just play like PS1 or PS2 games on like DuckStation or PCSX2.
Yeah, there's only one problem, and that's that physically speaking, I only own one PS1 game, and it's one of the most memed PS1 games.
Oh, is it? Is it? Wait.
Yeah.
Is it? Philosopher's Stone?
The Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, you got the American version?
No, I got the European version. I just like fucking with you.
Gee.
I guess America really hates the word philosopher for some reason when that movie came out.
Yeah, who knows?
I still have no idea why there are two different titles for different regions of the first Harry Potter film.
Yeah, it's really.
I have no idea
sense.
why in the PS1 game, when you're at Gringotts, it's so goddamn slippery.
I forgot that the PS1 game takes you to Gringotts.
Oh, there you go. You missed one.
I've been missing one many times.
No, you
Yeah,
technically
but
missed two.
that one you could have gotten. That didn't require you to go.
Like,
past
this
it.
This is a 99% playthrough, all right? So it's 99%. You round that up, it's technically 100%. So
again,
deal with it.
Again, the gem counter was not there for the original version. So technically, for this game, 100% is all the civilians.
Did they actually implement the gem counter thing, a requirement for 100% completion in the original game in the original Klonoa 2 on PS2?
Yeah, that's also there in the Game Boy Advance game.
So they didn't like add that whole like gems needed to be like required for 100% completion until like either the GBA games or Klonoa 2.
Yeah. And even then, I'm still not doing that.
I kind of agree that that's a stupid feature. Thankfully the gems, when they come out of like enemies, they don't despawn.
Yeah, but it's like you get moments like that, and it's like, fuck off, game.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, that's
can't
bullshit.
Get those gems.
Yeah, actually, that's very bullshit. I don't know why they make like items that are so finite and able to despawn required for completion.
Yep.
It's just added bloat on top. It's just added bloat, really.
Go ahead, Edgy.
Is there a shop you can spend the gems on?
No.
Missed opportunity.
The gems are mostly just like the rings in Sonic. Get 100 and you get an extra life.
Or the coins in Mario.
You in Sonic Unleashed, you could use the rings to buy stuff.
Early Sonic, Edgy. This
was a game that came out like a decade after Unleashed, a decade before Unleashed.
Also, I'm pretty sure that at this point the window is up. How do we, with the spoiler window is up, how do we feel about Sonic X Shadow Generations writing out the line, the iconic, where does he keep all the rings line?
I haven't even started
I haven't played it yet, actually.
Well, they took it out.
I don't really care.
Well, I do. That one was legendary.
Well, I mean, okay, okay, Edgy, we get it. You love figuring out why Sonic has things shoved up his ass.
I was actually just gonna
Okay, first of all, he doesn't shove them in his ass. It's a cock ring, all right?
Chaos Emeralds.
Well, the Chaos Emeralds he puts in his ass.
Exactly.
I think we all know that.
Exactly. So shut up.
So that would okay. What is this conversation? You're implying that
we're talking about cock rings.
No, we're not anymore. No, we're not anymore.
Okay, well that would imply that Sonic has genits. So
no.
Well, I've seen plenty of pictures on the internet that he does.
We're done with this conversation now.
Putting the edge in Hedgehog.
The edge.
Also, you might notice that there's at least one more stage in Jugpot.
Nice.
So almost each area just does do at least two. This is the only area that has 3. So because now we have to go through basically Granny's machine hut.
Lovely.
Did you say Granny's machine hut?
Yeah. Forlorn Granny. Forlock Force Granny.
Forlock Force. Okay. I was gonna say, like, Klonoa's grandpa doesn't have a lady friend.
Yeah, he really doesn't. It's really weird. But yeah, basically, this is literally just wood machinery, and honestly, I'm kind of down with it. It's an aesthetic.
I love this aesthetic.
It's an aesthetic that really should come back more often.
So does he have like? I know this is like the 3rd session, but I have to ask: does he have like really long floppy ears, or are those supposed to be wings?
They're ears.
Yes.
All right.
To answer your question, yes.
You also have to restart the entire thing, so that's why this is off. Well, you do need to come here because in order to actually advance, you need that key.
Right.
You gotta backtrack all the way there.
Yeah, this isn't the backtrack heavy stage though. That's 5-1.
Oh, that's later.
Yeah, that's 5-1 that has so much backtracking.
So, I know that Namco is behind this game, but I'm kind of wondering, the aesthetic of this stage in particular is kind of reminding me of Donkey Kong. Are there, like, shared developers or artists or whatever?
I have no idea.
Like, you mean like how certain staff members from like other companies went on to make games for different companies?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do realize that, you know, Jungle is a pretty generic set piece, but for some reason, I'm just reminded of Donkey Kong in particular.
I don't think that any of the Rare developers went on to make Klonoa, because that's made by a Japanese studio.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, Donkey Kong Country is made by a frickin' a UK country. Like the UK country? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, technically that's true. The UK is a
country,
group of
yes.
countries. No, the UK is a group of countries.
Well, it has 3 countries. Well, that's 3 countries. Because you forget that Northern Ireland is a separate country and not part of Ireland.
I don't. I remember that, and the reason why I remember that is because Ireland actually bothers to pay with the fucking euro and not the fucking pound or whatever their currency is, because they respected the EU.
Whereas England and Scotland share the pound sterling.
Yeah. Although
I only know that
I'm kind of a bit embarrassed to admit that I don't actually know if, like, I recall when Brexit was being a thing, Ireland was like, okay, well then we're gonna start a referendum to leave the UK instead, because it's going to be like equally as much paperwork. I should probably look it up. Like, all I recall from the Brexit is that the UK left the European Union.
the only reason I know that Northern Ireland is like a separate country is because of that very like disturbing yet hilarious PSA about car accidents. Yeah, you know the one.
Yeah.
The one where the car like rolls over a bunch of children.
I mean, that's Europe in general.
That is a real ad, by the way, and I don't. I admire the balls that they had when they published that to airwaves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, look, sometimes you gotta shock people with a PSA. Have you ever seen the firework PSAs that we've got?
No, actually, I've not. I must admit.
Okay, we've got a bunch of fucked up PSAs. Regarding fireworks. One of them is a paper advertisement. I think it was put on like newspapers or maybe even magazines, and it was of a kid holding up all his fingers and saying, "I'm 8 years old."
Okay.
Note how I said all his fingers, and he was 8 years old.
Oh, did all his thumbs? Did he have no thumbs?
He was missing 2 fingers.
Did he have like no thumbs?
He was missing 2 fingers.
But what were the fingers?
I don't recall if they were thumbs. I recall the kid was missing 2 fingers. That is not cool. That's not funny. That's fucked up. It's a kind of thing that you remember.
We
don't fuck around here.
PSA. I mean, that's kind of the PSA's job. It's supposed to shock you, and it's supposed to inform and shock you at the same time, and as a way of saying, hey, don't do this shit, otherwise this shit'll happen.
Yeah, there's also from the same company a more funny kind of PSA, and this was done in the form of a line of videos which were called De maatschappij dat ben jij, which roughly translates to you are the society, and they had like a really dry music that plays, and the whole presentation was like a children's book, but instead going like Tim is walking in the park, there is Els. Do you want to fuck? Asks Tim. Els walks away. You fucking bitch, says Tim. Els is stupid. Tim is cool. And then it would just end with like just a really dry ending of the song. I am going to show it to you guys, even though you're not going to understand anything that they're saying, because I think that without context, it's even more hilarious.
Oh god!
The way you're like specifying that makes it sound like I need to be drunk or high to even appreciate that shit. To appreciate it.
No, what you need to be is Dutch.
And welcome to the main gimmick of the bomb enemies. Time puzzles.
Ew.
No, I don't mind them.
Oh, actually, yeah, never mind.
Pretty decently.
Timing!
Being perfectly honest, I kind of feel like this stage in particular would be kind of annoying to play through the first time, because it seems more puzzly than platforming.
Yeah, it actually is. But once you actually kind of get it, it becomes simple. But I do understand that frustration.
I like puzzle platformers.
Oh no, I do too.
Emphasis on puzzle.
And that's also
platformer.
what the Game Boy Advance games are. They focus way more on the puzzle aspect of the game than the platforming stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, back on the PSA topic. Over here in Canada, we have some legendary PSAs that even America and other countries know exist and make you go, what the fuck?
I mean, there is that infamous Ireland one.
Yeah, and there's also the American House Hippo PSA.
I'm trying to remember House Hippo.
That one is like a simple yet effective way of saying, like, don't believe everything you see on TV. Because
I'd say the PSA needs to be more like, don't believe everything you see on the internet, because that's the kind of thing that a lot of people tend to.
This came out during the 90s.
Well, Forever September, remember?
That edgy. This was the 90s.
Internet was a thing in the 90s.
but it wasn't as prevalent. It wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
No, but internet was a thing in the 90s. You know, it's the one thing that makes your phone go.
Okay.
It's the one where all the speakers just make it's just like
It's the one where your speakers predicted when you were getting a phone call.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I always wondered why your speakers like know when to call what a phone call is coming than when your actual phone is calling. It's like a sudden form of predicting the future, kinda.
There's actually a brilliant detail in Grand Theft Auto 4 I've noticed when I played it a couple of years ago, and that's that exact same thing also happens when you're driving and the radio is playing and you're getting a call in that game. It does the exact same thing, and it's the perfect representation of that time. But to go back to like PSAs, let's not pretend that America doesn't get them. But I haven't really seen that many PSAs from America, and the ones that I did see, are kind of stupid. I recall watching a John Oliver episode about freight trains, and there was this one video where a family was driving in the car and they got stuck on the train track, and the mother was like, "Okay, let's just stay here and just think about what to do next." And John gave them the appropriate response.
I thought you were talking about the one from Australia, where it's like a whole PSA campaign where they say, "Don't play with trains."
Oh no!
I should look that one up.
But
I don't remember the train one. I should look that up.
But Australia too doesn't fuck around.
A lot of countries that have their own like PSAs don't fuck around in their own way, though.
Yeah.
Like the one infamous one over in Canada is the one where like this woman chef is like accidentally slips on during like a where she's in the kitchen, right, and she's making food. She accidentally slips. She accidentally slips, and all the fucking like hot water burns all over her and all that. Ooh. And it just does a jump cut to black.
You know what? I know this is gonna sound a bit like engagement baiting, but you, viewer, if you've got a favorite PSA, put it down below, because we'd love to see that.
We would.
Yes, yeah, genuinely, actually.
Yes, please.
And then maybe we could talk about it in a future episode.
You know, this whole episode is like a PSA about PSAs.
And now it's time for the most gimmicky boss in the entire game. Yeg Bowl.
Here's a PSA about PSAs. Don't let them make you afraid of the world. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, not gonna lie.
Don't let them get to your head.
I'm looking at like the way it's written, and it has. I'm not sure if it's supposed to sound either German or Belgium, but it's wrong in both scenarios.
It sounds what frickin' realm is this called in the Klonoa universe?
I don't.
It's not Phantom Isle itself.
Yeah, it's like I don't think this one has a name. Well, I know the second one is actually called Latuina.
Is Lutina? Or is it Lutiana?
I call it Lutina.
I call it Lutina as well. But
yeah. This world is Phantomile. This world is Phantomile.
It's just Phantomile.
Yeah.
A Phantom Isle. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just.
So does that mean
this
that
is Phantom Isle,
But then does that mean that we've already found the door before the game got even started?
You'll understand when we actually get to the end of the game. You'll understand what's the game.
Haha, you think that I'm paying attention?
Edgy, this literally started because you were talking about the boss name.
I mean, to be fair, we did kind of.
We were talking about
his question.
PSAs.
We were mostly talking about PSAs and all that shit, which is fun to do, actually.
It is.
You know, this is the kind of thing that you do get when you put, like, an American and Canadian and a degenerate together. And yes, I am by proxy calling all Dutch people degenerates.
So an American, a Canadian, and a Dutch walk into a bar.
And then a table. And then a chair. They aren't paying attention.
That's such an... Yeah. Thanks for finishing that for me.
You're welcome. I love to finish.
Yes. They make really damn good metal music.
They really do.
Including Nightwish.
I wasn't really too much into the metal. The only metal I recall listening to was Judas Priest, and that was because a friend of mine recommended it to me in middle school.
Oh my.
So I returned out of literally nowhere.
Hello, I returned out of nowhere. Deal with it.
I could literally use that voice and put it on Kefka if I wanted to.
You actually could.
Because Kefka is just this, but more crazy and
Kefka
way
is
more powerful.
basically if Gaudius and Shelka became one. That is what Kefka is.
And this game came out 3 years after FF6.
Yeah.
God, 6 is so good.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Did the original... I know we've been looking at this game for a while now. Were you able to skip cutscenes in the original?
I don't think so.
I don't think you could.
Alright.
And I will admit, I don't like the fact that I'm since you actually brought it up, I wasn't actually going to until one of you two brought up. I don't like that the speed and skip prompts are always on the screen. I do not like that.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's good that they're there to let you know if you don't want to, see the same cutscene again, but like, don't leave them on the screen forever. Like,
Yeah.
Do the Ubisoft thing. Show what button skips a cutscene if you're pressing another button.
Yeah.
don't actually
And
don't.
that's the only time I'm ever going to say do the Ubisoft thing.
I was gonna say, like, I was just gonna say, like, don't do anything Ubisoft is doing ever,
Well,
because then you'll
look, their
quickly go
concept for
bankrupt.
open world
Look,
games is
if-
fine. Their concept for open world games is fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we don't need every single one of them being an open world.
We really
game.
don't. We really
But-
don't. But still,
But to be real, you say don't do what Ubisoft is doing, but look, if I had the opportunity to publish one of my most favorite franchises of all times, I would fucking take it.
true.
I would as well if if they were doing a remake of a franchise that was dead for almost like a decade, for over a decade now.
Same
I
here.
so hope that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be actually on Steam from day one, like people are saying, and I do hope that if they're going to release it, it's still Ubisoft and not Tencent.
Oh,
Ew, yeah.
You know, this is probably going to get either horribly dated or remind people of a time when that was actually was actually something people were talking about. And I hope it's just something that people are talking about.
This would be very 2024.
yeah, it
Yeah.
really would.
It would be a very 2024 video.
Absolutely.
Like about 80% through 2024. But anyway, just a quick PSA to Ubisoft: don't